Today we're going to take a look at the switch statement, and in order to look at it, we're going to simulate a Russian roulette game. That's the game where you put a bullet in a revolver, you spin the revolver, aim it towards your head, and hopefully when you pull the trigger, you don't have the bullet. So here's how we're going to do it. First, we're going to create a random number generator, and I've already imported that, so I can go ahead and create my random number generator. Random myrand equals new random. Now I'm going to figure out, I'm going to go ahead and spin the chambers and see which one shows up. So I'm going to create an integer called chamber. I'm going to set it equal to myrand next int, and I'll put 6 of them, and I'll add 1 so that we go from 1 to 6 instead of 0 to 5. Okay, now that I've got that done, I can go ahead and create my switch statement. And basically, if the round is in chamber 1, they're safe. If it's in chamber 2, they're safe. I'm going to put the bullet in chamber 3, and that'll leave the other ones empty as well. So they don't want to pull chamber 3. So I'll write the switch, and the way we write it is basically the word switch, then parentheses, and we're going to put in here what we're going to switch on, and then some curly brackets. And at the end here, I'll put end switch, so I can remember that that closing curly bracket ends my switch. Here's where my different cases are going to go. So I'll go ahead and put the word chamber here, and we basically have 6 different cases. We have case 1, we have case 2, we have case 3, case 4, case 5, and case 6, one for every chamber of our pistol. So we're going to look at this number, and depending on what the case is, it's going to do the code that's underneath these cases. I haven't put that there yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put that there. So with case 1, we're going to print out system out print line, and I'm going to put you live. Of course, I have to put it in quotation marks because it's a literal. And I'm going to go ahead and then break my case, and what this means is that it's not to go on and even consider these other cases. It's going to go ahead and break out of the switch statement. So the break statement will break me right out of this block and get me onto the next line down here after the switch. So we have to have that break statement, otherwise we'll fall through and it'll start examining other cases. I'll go ahead and then make the same case for case 2. I can put my cursor in the right place. And the same thing's going to happen for case 4 and 5 and 6. The only one that's going to be different is case 3, and so here you die. So to review this, we generate a random number between 1 and 6, and then we're going to evaluate that number. If it is a 1, it's going to say you live. Same thing with all the other ones, except if it's a number 3, and it's going to say you die. It is possible that we could have a default case here, and that is if they put something else, and in this case we might do a system out print line misfire. However, it would be impossible to get that, or at least we would think that it would be impossible to ever get to that default. But there are some situations in which we would have a default case, and we could put that down at the bottom, and we could put a break after that as well.